Well, do you think being so successful so young, like, kind of robbed you of an early adulthood? Like,
And that's why I'm fucking up now.
I don't know. I'm just asking you.
Maybe.
Do you think you have to catch up on like 24 now? Because you were chilling with Trump the whole time?
No, I think I'm good on like fucking up for now.
I don't know. You maybe I don't know. What do you guys get up to? Zach?
Yeah.
What's like the vibe over there?
Back here.
Yeah, no. I mean, like for what you do. Like, what kind of stuff do you do?
Okay. Yeah.
What's that? He plays guitar. Are you gonna learn guitar?
I really want to get my pilot's license.
Oh, pilot's license.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
shit.
my goal for
That'd be cool.
2026.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Adam Friedland Show. I'm Adam Friedland. I'm going back on the road with Caleb Pitts, Emerald City Comedy Club, Seattle, Washington, January 22nd to 24th. We're doing 5 shows. Get tickets at emeraldcitycomedy.com. There's also a link in the description. And guys, tickets are going fast. They will all be selling out because I'm fucking famous. And Caleb's famous. Also, as always, I want to thank our members here on youtube.com. You make the show possible. Guys, seriously, you have supported us all year, and we could have done it without you guys. We get, if you're not a member and you'd like to join, members get access to all the episodes early. And if you'd like to join at the 2nd or 3rd tiers, you can get your name in the credits of this very fine program. If you'd like to join the Friedland Family Foundation, you can do so by clicking the join button here on YouTube or clicking the link in the description below. Also, if you have Patreon and you prefer to use it, then the link for that is also in the description. And guys, merch is available, theadamfriedland.show. Check it out. Holiday season. Presents. Get your dad a hat. I think people's parents might have seen some of the show. My guest this week is Olivia Nuzzi. Nuzzi, if you're not familiar, made a name for herself as a correspondent for the Daily Beast, where she covered Trump's 2016 presidential campaign, and subsequently, she was hired in 2017 by New York Magazine, where she published various well-regarded profiles on the president. In September 2024, news surfaced that she had been engaged in an inappropriate relationship with current Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. that was described as emotional and digital in nature. She was subsequently fired from New York Magazine and has just released a book about the experience, American Canto, which has been overshadowed by a 5-part Substack published by her ex, Ryan Lizza, alleging that Nuzzi had acted as a de facto political operative for Kennedy, among other accusations. Guys, the lesson here is that journalists should not be famous. And I stand by that statement, and I will die on that hill. So let's get to it. Please enjoy my interview. I don't know why I hit her. So let's get to it. Please enjoy my interview with Olivia Nuzzi. Scandalous. I think it was. I hope you like it. I hope it. Was it good? You guys liked it? I wonder if people. Yeah, okay.
Great.
All right, good. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome journalist, author of the new book on Simon & Schuster, American Canto, Olivia Nuzzi. Olivia, welcome. Welcome. Thank you for doing the show.
Thank you. You have a nice outfit.
She didn't want to do the walkout, and
Well, you asked.
but you're a good guest. It's my house, and you have to. It's like I'm being like the guy who asks his friend to come over and play video games, and then he doesn't let him play.
Is that the type of guy?
No, I'm sorry. I'm scared right now. Why am I scared right now? I don't know.
Why are you scared?
I don't know, because I'm like, because you yelled at me about, what was that, the Hitler thing we were fighting about on the phone?
You just kept talking over me.
No, you said something insane, and that.
Oh, yeah.
You said that that Donald Trump is selfish.
Are you afraid of women?
When I get yelled at by them, I am, yeah. I don't want to get yelled at.
I wouldn't say I yelled.
I don't know what's, in that situation, I'm just constantly like, I'm sorry. It feels terrible. Anyway, I've heard your name a bunch. You're a journalist. You've interviewed the president multiple times. Mm-hmm. You're attached to various political campaigns. You made a name for yourself very young. and you've recently just published this book. How does it feel to get it out?
Fine.
Fine? Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like I was sort of, I started covering Donald Trump in 2015.
Yeah.
Or I guess I interviewed him for the first time in 2014. And I didn't know that when I signed up to do that, then it was going to become a whole era, right?
You caught a big one.
Yeah. And so I felt like this book was sort of completing this thought that I had begun forming 10 years earlier, you know?
Correct me if I'm wrong, like journalists, you guys all hate each other? Is that the deal? Is it a band of brothers, or
I
is
don't
it?
hate anyone.
I think that like one thing that kind of I'm resistant to is that I just had a sports journalist on, and he said that, or a pundit actually, he's not a journalist, but he said that I was like, is it kind of like, is sports coverage kind of celebrity gossip at this point, you know? And he said some of the things that get the highest engagement isn't even related to the players. It's one pundit being mad at another pundit, right?
Okay.
And that's kind of become the news, where it's like the people covering the news kind of are the like stars, if anything. You know, am I off there?
No, I mean, I think there's a lot of manufactured public drama.
Yeah.
Right? And there are a lot of people who are sort of operating in bad faith in public spaces, who are just trying to perpetuate it for, you know, personal gain of some kind.
But if you see two journalists popping off against each other, if you see
I
our
don't really
girl,
watch that
if you
stuff.
see our girl Taylor just going at another one, people are like locked in on it, you know, on Twitter or something, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Although, I mean, I think going back, I mean, it's not a new thing for journalists to have like sort of a personal brand, right? I mean,
don't know.
Edward R. Murrow, like his most famous
Cigarette.
his most famous moments were often when he deviated from the straight news stuff and he expressed an opinion, right? And
Yeah.
expressed something of his character. So I don't think it's totally new. It's just a new medium.
Well, that was new in that era, right? In this day and age, it feels like kind of more. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but people are upfront
Well, I think
about.
it's a bad thing, probably.
Yeah.
But I think just there's always going to be sort of friction when different practices are evolving on different mediums,
Yeah.
right? So
One thing I noticed, like when I've read your profiles, and they were like, I really loved them. Like,
Thanks.
but like the way you write, in your writing, it does track like like it could be about Rihanna or something. Politicians are celebrities now, you know.
it's about character, right?
Yeah.
Like what I'm always interested in is understanding the human beings that I'm writing about,
Yeah.
right? And for most of the last 10 years, covering kind of Trump's rise to dominance.
You caught a
that's-
big one.
That's been about just understanding the people like seeking or influencing
Yeah.
or clinging to power. And when a character wants something, you know, it's a good engine
Yeah.
for a story and a good way to sort of see their character brought into sharp relief.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
he's the most fascinating, probably public character, I
He's
think,
very
of
simple.
my lifetime.
I mean, he's very simple, and
Yeah.
sometimes I've had the experience talking to him where I'll be asking a question, something about his psychology, and I'll see him start to lose interest in the question, and I realize, like, oh, I've thought about your inner life so much more than you ever have.
I love the parts in the book where you write about Trump.
Thanks.
They're like so three-dimensional, and he is as a character just like
He's fascinating.
he's fascinating.
Yeah, he's singular. He's strange. I mean, there's this one exchange with him, I think it's in the book, where he was talking about how he's not weird. He's not
Yeah,
a
it
weird
is in the
person.
book.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, well, would you say you're unusual? And he's, okay, yeah, I'm unusual, but I'm not weird. I'm the most not weird person.
I guess there's a connotation more of unusual. You could be like the cool
Unusual
art
is more
kid.
neutral,
Yeah.
Then weird is more of an accusation, I think.
You're from New Jersey. You know, the thing of your book is like kind of like a shoebox of like photographs, right? They're like just little pictures. I feel like
It's like
is
kind
that
of
accurate?
expressionist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like a linear as much as like kind of images in different times.
Yeah,
right?
I was trying to just sort of replicate the experience of
Yeah.
the last 10 years, and with my proximity as this like official witness to Trump's rise,
So cool.
what it feels like,
You were remarkably successful, remarkably young, right?
and unsuccessful.
No, I mean like you were like kind of in the press pool in the West Wing, like at like what 22, 23?
Something like that.
Was that stressful at any point? Or
No,
you
was
just
like
took it
a
in
lot.
stride?
It was just, it's easy when you have a mission. Like when you, I think there's like the stakes of politics are inherent when you're covering it. You never have to wonder if what you're doing matters, because it obviously does. And that's like a great gift in some ways, right? Because I think
you grew up fast, it seems. Like you became an adult quickly.
Well, but it was his first time there as well, right? And
But
so there
he's
was
the president.
but there was something sort of, and I felt like I understood something of his psychology because he grew up in Queens, right? He grew up in Jamaica Estates. I grew up in New Jersey.
Outer borough trash.
But when you're on the periphery, when you're outer borough trash, when you're on the
He's
periphery,
real estate too. It's disgusting.
you're always looking at the center at Manhattan,
Yeah.
and like his whole life seemed to be about getting there, and then ascending to whatever Midtown Heights he wanted to ascend.
Honestly, good for him.
But it's the personality of a striver in him, right? And like this kind of resentment that he always had about Manhattan. It was interesting to watch it transported to politics.
One thing I thought was an interesting thing from the book is that you associated New York City like from a very young age with Trump. Did you feel like you knew him kind of like you known him for a while or something?
Well, he was just like this great tabloid villain of my childhood, right? And then The Apprentice premiered when I think I was in like the 3rd or 4th grade.
Yeah.
He was always in the papers that my father always brought home, the New York Post and the Daily News.
He's what? He's an intellectual.
I mean, he worked for the sanitation department in New York,
Yeah.
and I just was used to seeing him every place, and I don't remember a time when I was not aware of him.
Yeah.
Right? Like
He's in Home Alone 2.
He's in Home Alone 2, and there's this scene in the book where I remember being in my dad's truck on Central Park South.
I have an excerpt right here.
And him pointing out that Donald Trump's town car was in front of us, and I was like 6 years old, I think, and I knew exactly who he was. I thought he was scary because he was the beauty pageant guy, and I thought beauty pageants were scary.
Here's an interesting thing, and this is related to you. It's the toughest interview.
Who, Trump?
Yeah. You possessing that ability, just it's the hardest difficulty setting. And being able to do that from a very young age, like, did you feel like you became an adult early? You know?
I guess, I was a child of alcoholics. It's like a pretty typical
You have to raise them?
response. Yeah, not successfully, but it's a pretty typical response to like try really hard to appear collected, you know.
Could you just like tell us more about how you just instantly knew how to approach that subject?
I didn't. He's a domineering force. I mean, he's sort of like the great force around which we're all oriented, right, in some sense, in the culture for the last 10 years, increasingly so. You have to be very like active in an interview with him. You have to. It's like dealing with a wild animal, you know. Like, so you have to he's sort of assessing in real time like what he thinks that you want or what you need.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to manipulate you.
How do you like disarm that?
You don't really. You just have to like meet him on his level. And depending, I mean, sometimes he's just in a bad mood. But if you go in there thinking
I would die.
that you're gonna. No, he's not. I mean, he's not scary.
Do you think Trump would like me?
Do I think he would like you? I don't.
I'm not politically. I don't like him what he's doing, but you want Trump to like you.
You want him to like you.
If Trump was like the way he liked Zoran.
Well, but he.
I mean, he was just like in love with. He was like, oh my, Zoran, don't answer that question. They're fucking with you.
That was
like,
incredible, but I thought it was sort of like. It was a perfect example of how he orients himself around power too. He responds to energy, and he's sort of like just this wild animal who synthesizes other people's energy, and he's very for someone who's so egocentric and so unconcerned with others. He's really interested in others, and he's really sensitive to kind of what other people are putting down.
He is
not sensitive in the sense that he has any empathy. Right, but sensitive, like
figuring out someone.
Yeah, I mean, it's like why he has to do the rallies, and why, like during COVID, for instance, when he couldn't do the rallies, it contributed to like what was described to me by people close to him as sort of his version of depression. And he
missed the shows.
Well, it was like he was able to. Yeah, he missed the shows, and I mean, he's able. He's energized by other people's energy. He's the type of extrovert who just, he requires other people's energy. He feeds off of it in a kind of vampiric way.
I mean, you've probably been to a Trump rally, right? I mean, they have so much fun at that. They love it. Do the people there like?
No, not really. It's interesting.
It's
They
better
kind
than
of,
the Democrat ones.
Well, they don't try to. They seldom try to replicate anything like that, right? So that made it hard in like 2016, for instance, to really know how much value to place in the Trump rallies, right? Especially when it wasn't being reflected in polling, because it's like, well, Hillary Clinton's not trying to host an event at a monster truck arena. So there's nothing really to compare it to.
They're just
right?
wheel out like Oprah and be like,
But
wave.
I also just think part of it's just kind of about loneliness and boomer loneliness, where it's like there's just the show is rolling through town, and maybe you're in like Biloxi, Mississippi, or something, or somewhere in Oklahoma, and like there are not that many, I think, opportunities to hang out and tailgate and listen to Elton John and the Stones and Pavarotti and
YMCA
and chill with. It's funny, for a long time the song at the end of those rallies was not the YMCA. It was "You Can't Always Get What You Want," which I thought was very funny.
When he came out on election night, right? Didn't he come out to? I remember it was like 2016. Didn't he come
when
out?
When he won,
to,
you mean?
Yeah. So you can't always get what you want.
No.
And I remember his
so.
fat body and silhouette, like.
Yeah, like a Hitchcock.
Maybe it was. I mean, it was one of the most insane things I've ever seen in my entire life.
But I talked to him about this, and it's in the book, where that night when he came out, we were in Midtown, I think at like the Hilton or something, and he looked. There's this scene in the movie The Candidate with Robert Redford that I think is about Jerry Brown, but he wins and he has this dumbfounded. I mean, he just looks terrified, right? And he says to his aide, "What do we do now?" And he looks really scared, and then the crowd sort of comes between them, and while he looks helplessly. And I brought this up to Trump, and I was like, "Oh, you reminded me of Redford," and he was like, he got very like.
He was a fellow blonde.
He was thrilled to hear that I reminded him of Redford, and I was like, "You looked scared," and he went like, kind of sank back into.
He liked that you were blonde, do you think?
No, I was telling him that he looked like Redford.
But was that part of the bond?
The bond. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a bond, because more.
It's like when I see another Jew, I'm like, oh.
Oh, we're both blonde.
Yeah, he likes it. He's like, oh, there's another blonde person here.
It seemed more about New York. Like, I think he really missed New York when he was in the White House, and felt sort of, like he was in an alien space.
I made a joke to Zoran where I was like, do you think the hang is so bad that like a cool guy came to hang out with him, and then he like just. And it kind of now seems like that's kind of a real thing.
I think so, and I think he's like homesick for New York.
Does he have no friends?
I don't think he has friends in the manner that like you might think of a friend. I think there are people that he doesn't like hang really,
Yeah. Well, it's because it's like
he spends a lot of time on the phone. He's like, it's a very.
We're kind of similar guys.
You guys are very similar.
Yeah.
I was thinking
love the
that.
phone.
Yeah.
You have his number?
The phone. Yes. Do you want to call him?
No. Could we?
I don't care.
I do this joke every episode. I mean, like, if this is the first one that actually happens, Olivia.
You should call him.
What can you do?
I don't want to call him. I don't want to talk
to him.
him.
All right, I'll call him. But he's not going to pick up from me. Does he pick up?
No,
you said in the book he picks up every call.
Yeah.
Get my phone. Get my phone right now. This is amazing. No, it's in the. Oh my God. Does he pick up every call?
I mean, in my experience.
What if he's like, hello, Adam? Oh my God.
Hi, Nate. Nate, may I please have my phone? It's behind
Wait,
you.
you want to just say the number so our listeners could also give him a call?
No, well, that's.
Yeah.
I don't want. Oh, I don't really want to give you his number. I feel like that's not responsible. But,
Okay, so I'll call from your number.
I have my phone.
Where is it?
Oh, it's behind you, I think.
So you also have
No,
Trump's
I don't
number?
want to call from my phone. I want to talk
I'm
to him.
not going to prank call Trump when
Well,
I'm just
I
hanging
just
out with
think-
my boys.
Actually, I don't even care. Yeah, you can
Is
have
this
it.
cool?
This is good. This is awesome.
Caleb, why don't you look more
This is
excited?
the
I
best
need you
thing
guys.
ever.
This is the best thing ever. This is the best day of my entire life.
This is the best moment of your life.
Whoa, dude.
Thanks,
Oh, no,
Nate.
you have pink.
What?
Nothing.
Shut up, pig.
All right. Oh, Jesus
I have
Christ.
orange, bro.
The same.
What do I say to Trump?
Hello.
Ay.
No, I should give him a piece of my mind after all this.
All right. Wait. Can I have your phone?
I spoke
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the show.
Okay. Can you unlock it?
Oh, yeah. Here.
Let's see.
Do you think maybe he saw the Zoran episode?
He might have.
Should I ask him that?
I don't know.
Is it ringing?
No, I didn't call yet. I don't know. Your phone's about to die, by the way.
That's It's okay. That'd be.
I'm managing.
You're on 4%. You are on 4%.
That's enough for a
Alright.
Trump. Okay. Wow. No, that's not his actual number. That's the number he got? I don't know what to say. Can I leave a message?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll probably call back.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Classic him.
The person you're trying to reach is not available.
personal
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hello, Mr. President. It's Adam Friedland. I'm a talk show host in New York City. I would love to extend an invitation for you to come on the show. I just had Zohran Mamdani, who I know you're quite fond of, and he's a kind of intellectual style in the vein of Dick Cavett talk show. We also had Steiny, who I think you're friends with as well, from the Nelk Boys. All right, thanks a lot, Mr. President. It's a great honor, and I hope you're having a good day. Whoa. I'm so nervous. Do you think that was okay? Do you think that was good? I dropped Steiny. I also dropped Steiny. He might know that. Why the hell was Trump on fucking Steiny's podcast? Anyway, okay. So, I guess like I feel like I'm flying. When did you first want to be a writer? You know?
I always wrote.
Always wrote.
I was always writing when I was a kid, but I loved comedy.
You did?
I started,
Like what?
I loved Carlin, Pryor, Chappelle, Janine Garofalo.
In case he calls back. And your book is inspired by the Divine Comedy.
It's sort of in the structure a little bit.
Were you always a big John Waters fan?
I do love John
You
Waters.
guys just wake up a little bit, guys.
I love
This is the
John.
last
I love
interview
John
of the
Waters.
year.
Right.
This is the last
I
interview
love
of the
John.
year.
That was
Okay,
really
this is
good.
the last interview of the year. Guys, this is my 6th in 2 weeks. Olivia, let's make her feel like the biggest star. You are the biggest star in the world. You're our favorite. This is the best interview I've ever done. Wait, you always like comedy. Do you write comedy?
The first pieces I wrote were like satire.
Do you have any?
Somewhere, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what? Do you
They're
remember?
really
any?
bad satire. Like, like I got the first like letter to the editor that I was the subject of. I was writing for an alt weekly in New Jersey, and they published this letter to the editor that was like, "What does Olivia do for America?" And I was really upset because I was like, "But I write here. Like, why are you publishing hate mail against me?" I didn't realize how it worked. But I wrote some really terrible thing. It was about the border wall, and it was like, if Republicans are so serious about the border wall, they should send like the Boy Scouts to go form a human fence.
Why?
I don't know. It was like
The
I was
children?
like 17.
Okay.
You know, I just was like being.
You were
dumb.
17 with the border wall?
We've had the border wall.
Oh
for a
yeah, I
while.
guess so.
It was kind of
I
more or less-
associated with Trump. Yeah.
I mean, it was early 1900s. Really, it was like a USDA.
how
thing.
could I forget? Yeah.
Yeah, how could you
Yeah,
forget?
yeah.
Yeah, this defining feature of the country. And then the border wall itself didn't really become like the point of immigration debates on the left and right until the Obama administration. Before that, it was really about it wasn't so much about the interior of the country. It was a bipartisan issue to fund the border wall, right? 2006, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, all sorts of Democrats voted to fund the border wall construction. So it was not like this super contested issue for a long time.
Should I call Trump back? Maybe I forgot. I feel like I'm just
You
thinking
miss
about this.
him? Yeah.
I'm just thinking about this call.
Yeah.
How's he? You just know that. Here's the thing that's fascinating: is that you write critically, right? And you still maintain his trust. Like
He doesn't read.
But he doesn't. He hates the media.
Well, he's been mean to me. He's been.
What's the meanest thing he said to you?
He said I was dumb as rocks.
That's all right.
He said I was.
It's a little derivative.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. He said
Yes,
I was
it
a
is
whack
funny.
job.
A whack job?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
He called me.
That's so Trump to say whack job.
Yeah.
Did he ever call you a dog? Because he always calls
No.
women dogs.
He also says people like have choked like a dog, like Mitt Romney choked like a dog. When he
Like a dog.
He hates animals.
Yeah.
And so when he compares people to animals, it's usually just to dehumanize them in some way, right?
Yeah. To dog them. Yeah. Well, Baghdadi, right? When he killed that terrorist, he said he died like a dog.
Right, which I don't know what that means exactly.
Well,
to die like a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that mean at all?
I don't know.
So he. What do you remember? What spurned his anger at you?
Sometimes it's a question he doesn't like, or if like he's failing in his efforts to sort of manipulate you in real time, he gets agitated.
Who does he manipulate? Who's like?
He's very like he's charming, right?
Yeah.
And he's like a good hang in a way. Like you can talk to. He wants to talk about. He likes to gossip.
Yeah.
He loves talking about.
I got a good gossip
like,
for him. I should call him back.
Yeah. What's the gossip?
I can't say on it. Celebrity.
You want to talk to him in private?
Yeah, I just heard that Marilyn Manson got one of his ribs removed.
Oh yeah. Was that before or after the Richard Gere thing?
I heard that Richard Gere. Well, the first one was Rod Stewart was OD'd, and then he got his stomach pumped, and there was 2 liters of semen in it, which is so much cum. I mean, it's like an insane amount of cum. Like, take us through his charm a little bit more, because I think it's just fascinating to hear. Like,
I mean, he's a performer, right? Like, and so he's always trying to get people to like him. He wants to be liked. I mean, we all want to be liked, right? But with him, it's amplified, and even like I think the defining trait of a politician, and I think I write something about this in the book, is just like a politician is a man who wants to be loved more than other men, and through his pursuit reveals why he cannot love himself, right? And all politicians really want to be loved, but with Trump, it's like the added, the sort of Elvis quality to him, right? Or Liberace quality, the Vegas in him, if you will.
Well, he's
right?
a television star too.
Exactly.
He's in show business.
Yeah.
He's way more that than like people think he's like Goldman Sachs. He's like from New York City real estate, and he kind of
and
fucked
not
it
even
up
really, right?
Yeah,
like it's like a marketing exercise.
Yeah.
And like he wanted to be in show business. He wanted to be in the movie business. He wanted to go to film school, and I feel like one of the great lessons of the 20th century is if someone wants to be an artist, you have to let them, because the consequences are dire.
Oh, okay, because of
Hitler.
Oh, Hitler. I wasn't thinking of that.
Who were you thinking of?
I was thinking of George Bush.
Oh, also that, yeah.
Yeah, if we let him paint.
I love his paintings.
The early ones are good.
I prefer his earlier work.
Yeah, the naive ones. Yeah, where he's trying to wash off his sins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just haunted by the ghosts of the dead Iraqi 1 million or whatever.
Yeah.
Your first, arrival was you were an intern with a friend of the show.
Anthony Weiner.
I would say best friend. Would you guys say best friend of the show? Best friend of the show, Anthony Weiner's campaign. And then you left the campaign, you wrote, it became a front page story. Is that Trump? No, Gmail. Okay, sorry. I'm so nervous. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the New York Daily News. Were you recruited from there to like become a journalist, or did it feel like, oh, now I'm in the game, or like, when did it dawn on you that you were good, like, I'm gonna be a journalist? Like,
I was writing for this alt weekly when I was a teenager in New Jersey, and I ran out of opinions really quickly because I didn't know anything. And
Garbage Weekly.
Yeah. And then
the sanitation news. Yeah.
And then when I started performing acts of journalism, and I realized that you could do that you could just ask anyone anything, and that there's this sort of like mechanism for my curiosity, and like a way to utilize that, and it was justified because it's in the public interest. Like that was fascinating to me, and I was interviewing, I think it was Rush Holt. He was a congressman and rocket scientist from New Jersey, and he was running for the Senate in a special election to fill the seat vacated by the death of Frank Lautenberg.
Yeah.
And I had all these questions written out, and I was like really nervous. And then we started talking, and I threw the questions out because I realized like you have to, if you're in the conversation, you don't need to be nervous. You don't need, right?
No, is there an overlap between like having a theatrical training early on, and like is there a performance aspect to journalism?
Maybe. I mean, well, certainly like going on TV and doing stuff like that. Probably. Yeah. And understanding Trump, I think it was helpful too.
Yeah, because he's also a razzle-dazzle showman. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's someone like a longtime aide of his in American Canto says. in another era, if he was better looking, he probably would have loved to have been like a Cary Grant or something like that.
I remember you say that, but also he's way hot. He's one of the hottest.
You think he's hot? Yeah.
If he asks, he hasn't called. Okay, that was the bank. I ran out of money, guys. You're all fired. Today's episode is sponsored by Incogni. Incogni helps you wipe your data from the internet and protect your privacy. Guys, I use this product. It's an excellent product because my data is everywhere. I've been spreading data all over the internet since I was, the AOL days, But it's time to get clean with Incogni. Thousands of companies are collecting and trading your personal data without you knowing it. You have the right to request data brokers to delete the information they have about you. It would take years to do this manually. Incogni does the messy work for you. Incogni reaches out to data brokers on your behalf, requesting your personal data removal and dealing with their objections. What data companies hold most often is your full name, email, home address, gender, phone number, education, relatives, SSN, employment history, and shopping habits. Oh, God. With Incogni's custom removals feature in the unlimited plan and family unlimited plan, you can point to any people search site or any website where your personal information is visible, and one of their privacy agents will take care of the rest for you. I've personally experienced scams, I've personally experienced data theft, and I've personally experienced scammer data theft in my days, and I'm not proud of it. Listen, I'm a famous guy, but I'm just like you. I get scammed by scammer, data theft, and scams and data theft. They probably got my email in a data breach and sent me a phishing email. And folks, phishing emails aren't just what you say, go to the lake with your grandfather. You read in the news about another big company being affected by a data breach, and somehow your personal information has been among the leaked data, even if you've never done business with said company. Oh, I bet you folks are on Discord, whatever the fuck that is, and recently they had a data breach, and there's an article, they had a data breach. Employers, landlords, and random strangers can access your personal details without your consent. So use code TAFS at incogni.com/TAFS to get an exclusive 60% off. That's code TAFS at incogni.com/TAFS to get an exclusive 60% off. Claim your 60% off and get your personal data off the market. Chime is changing the way people bank. Fee-free, smarter banking built for you. Not like old school banks that charge you overdraft fees and monthly fees. Built for you and not the 1%. Chime isn't just another banking app. They unlock smarter banking for everyday people with products like MyPay, giving you access to up to $500 of your paycheck anytime you get paid, up to 2 days early with direct deposit. Some old banks still don't do this because they're too damn old. Forget overdraft fees, minimum balance fees, and monthly fees. Chime turns everyday spending into real rewards and progress. Bank fee-free plus overdraft coverage you can count on. Helps you build credit history stress-free. Get paid when you say up to $500. Earn up to 3.5% APY on savings. 8x higher than traditional bank. Rank 5 stars by USA Today. For customer service, real humans, 24/7. Guys, it's a new way to build credit history with your own money. You get rewarded every single day. The new card unlocks safer credit, building cash back with every spending. And they just launched, you guessed it, the Chime card, okay? And it's a new way to build credit history with your own money and get rewarded every single day. No annual fees, no interest, no strings attached. And when you get qualifying direct deposits, you get 1.5 cash back. And when you get qualifying direct deposits, you get 1.5 cash back on eligible Chime card purchases. So folks, I use this and you should too. It's when I was a younger man, I could have really used this. $500 2-day early direct deposit would have really got me out of a bunch of pickles in my younger. Chime is not just smarter. Banking is the most rewarding way to bank. Enjoy the millions who are already banking fee-free today. It just takes a few minutes to sign up. Head to chime.com/TAFS. That's chime.com/TAFS. Guys, this episode is sponsored by Aura frames, guys. Christmas, it's in 5 minutes time, guys. And if you're hunting for the right gift, Aura frames makes it look like you planned it all along. It's hard to find a personalized gift. All of you guys, you guys are very successful people. You work all the time. You guys certainly only make time for the internet to watch the Adam Friedland show. And Aura frames is the perfect gift for people. It makes it seem like it's thoughtful, okay? And I've never thought about anyone other than myself. So you just download the Aura app and you connect to Wi-Fi. You have unlimited photos and videos that are free. Preload photos before they ship. Keep adding from anywhere, anytime. Personalize your gift. Add a message before they arrive. Share photos and videos effortlessly, straight from your phone, all year long. Gift box included. Every frame comes packaged in a premium gift box with no price tag. That's nice. I kind of actually, they should have an option for price tag, so you show people how much you really care to the cent. You can't wrap togetherness, but you can frame it. So for a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com. You get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver mat frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using the promo code TAFS at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code TAFS. The deal is exclusive to listeners, and frames sell out fast. So get your orders now to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. You were first place on the Chrissy campaign with the Daily Beast.
Yeah.
Were you at those primaries in 2016? Because that was the best show of all time.
The 2016 primary?
Yeah, well, the debates.
Yeah.
I guess what was it like just seeing the RNC crumbling? Because he was a virus on the system, right? They kept trying to there was one week where Lying Ted would try to take him down, and one week where they were like, Marco, you got to do it this week, and he was just you just saw this guy like Agent Smith. He was growing in power. It's a moment of American history that you had a firsthand account of.
I mean, there was, in some sense, you could look at it like there was a real democratic process on the right that year, whereas I think there are a lot of people who, for good reason, feel that there wasn't on the Democratic side, right? That Bernie Sanders maybe would have been the nominee had the party not put its thumb on the scale. And
I think she persisted, actually.
Nevertheless.
But
Trump, it was like there were no experts available to help contextualize what was happening. Because I remember it was my first election year that I was covering, and I would talk to, I don't know, a political scientist or somebody to try and help me understand it, and they would tell me something like, oh, well, people lie to pollsters, or people get serious once it really becomes time to vote. And I would go on television and say this, and I talked to so-and-so who said this. And as it turned out, there were no experts. There are no, political science is a contradiction in terms, and politics is extraordinarily emotional. And American politics and domestic politics is extraordinarily emotional. And he was manipulating that successfully.
I mean, he knew how to do TV.
Have you ever gone back and rewatched some of those debates?
Yeah, they're the best. I watch all the time.
But your eyes just go to his center, right? He is the point. And they look ridiculous.
You remember they were telling the crowds not to cheer, and they just couldn't help. They were like, ah, yeah.
Right.
When did it dawn on you that this could be the president of the United States?
I remember it was hard because I was mostly covering him. So it's not like I was at every Hillary Clinton event or on the trail with her constantly, and I was mostly just trying to understand his supporters and also just trying to understand the kind of machinations of our election system for the first time formally, professionally.
At 22, 21?
I think I was 22.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and so I had a feeling, but I remember discussing it with two friends of mine that we all had feelings that he would win, but you can't exactly go report according to my female intuition, he's gonna win. There was no way to, to corroborate that with any data.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, it was also hard to it was hard to know how much value do you put on the sides of his crowds? Are they just there because they're curious and it's kind of the circus
The
is rolling through
spectacle?
town and it's something to do, or are they there because it's an actual expression of how they're going to vote? And it's not as though he won the popular vote, right? So
Right, and it was
in the
razor
end-
thin.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
in the end, it's like this was this marginal victory.
Yeah.
And I still don't really know how much, when you look back at just like the visuals of it, right? Like Hillary Clinton in like a half-full high school auditorium versus Donald Trump selling out some big stadium. That wasn't really a reflection of what ended up happening, right?
Right.
So
People are just like, ugh, we'll vote for her. Yeah, fine, I'll vote for Hillary. I'm not going to go to the thing, though. Yeah, I'm not going to go to the high school and stand there and listen to her, but I'll vote for her, fine.
well, it's not like the types of people who usually show up to political events are unusual,
Yeah,
right? They're unusually engaged and
yeah,
or they are unusually like not busy in the middle of a workday,
Right.
right? Like, so it's not, you don't really get a great sense of what like a quote unquote average voter thinks by going to, I don't know, a rally in Des Moines or Ames or something.
There's a really funny thing I pulled from the book. It's in the Oval Office, you're handed a page with 58 bullet points typed in large font, and at the top, underlined in bold, all caps, it said Trump administration accomplishments. Yeah. Do you still
Yeah.
have that piece of paper?
Do I? I don't know.
My impression of that first term was like he was just like you kind of what you illustrated earlier was like he was the loneliest man in the world, because it wasn't like classy to work for Trump.
It was a lot of people that hadn't been there before either, right? But
Yeah.
and then there were sort of like people who had been in politics but probably would not have gotten the opportunity to
Yeah.
work in a White House. Because most people who work in politics, that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
And then you work in the White House for a few years and your stock rises and you can sort of, you can command much more in the private sector. It's like this
Right.
totally cynical,
You get paid.
gross.
The revolving door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was, you know, there were a lot of
Was the food good? They let you hit the cafeteria, or you had to go
like the
off
mess.
campus?
If you were like meeting with someone,
Yeah.
like you could go with someone who worked there, but you can't like in the White House like press briefing room and behind it where the reporters are, there was just like a vending machine.
That's all you got? He has his own chef.
Uh,
That's not fair. If I was the president, I'd let all the reporters have the food, so they write nice things about me.
right.
President Adam gave us carnitas today. He's the coolest president ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. He let us watch. Did you ever watch a movie in the movie theater?
No.
Dude, President Trump sucks, dude. Don't tell him I said that.
No.
Did you call back? No, it's my friend text me. Why did you write the book as a blind item, like as a literary device, or like you know, was
Yeah.
that just a choice, like a flourish?
I only named founding fathers, I named writers, and I named publications.
Yeah.
But I didn't name most other people.
Yeah.
I used, you know,
Because me and the fellas, we've been having a blast trying to figure out who the people were.
yeah.
I think I know who the politician is. It's George Santos. No, it is. It is George Santos. No, I guess you've written it over the last year.
Yeah.
So what was at the outset, like what was the book attempting to do?
It wasn't really attempting to do anything. I mean, I just was writing it, right? And so in September of 2024, I had this like rapturous event in my life,
Yeah.
right? And I fled New York.
September
Fled New York. I fled.
Why do I talk? It's my last interview of the year. September 11th. I saw myself in the middle. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. At the end, you're like kind of left. Like there's no triumph at the end, right?
There rarely is. But I was writing it, and you know, I kind of fled New York and went to the West Coast, and then the election was coming to a close, and like this story that I had wanted to see through of the election,
Did you not watch?
No, I watched, but I was watching from this different vantage point,
Yeah.
right? From like the
You're an
edge
insider.
of the country.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know, it was the first time in my life where I didn't have a job and I didn't have anything to really go hurry and do. And I was sort of still for the first time in 10 years. And I was able to synthesize the 10-year period and like look back and try and make sense of what had happened in our national politics and to the character of the country, but also what had happened, in my own life to my own character, and this warping of reality. In like, it seemed to me that like amid Trump's rise to dominance, there's this sort of sprawl of this distortion field, right? That like he is this center, and in like the heat around him, everything warped. And I was in that center for a long time, and it worked for me as well. And that seemed like important and something that I should really try to understand.
Did you feel Didion style being in California writing a book?
People, I always felt like I was too Italian to understand her, like
Italian,
just like too Italian American to understand.
You're getting marinara on the book.
To understand that sort of like detached WASP ethos.
I don't think it's nice to be mean to what's wrong with wanting peace?
But anyway, but then I did understand it. Some people in my life were like, you can't be living out there in Malibu and not, be reading that.
Doing like a Eat, Pray, Love.
And then I read it and I was like, okay, maybe I'm like finally sad enough to understand it.
Why does it cause such a stir, I guess, like in your estimation?
What, my book?
Yeah, and just like why are you like in the middle of a fucking controversy?
I mean, last year, when I was at New York Magazine, right, like I fucked up. Like
you didn't disclose.
Well, yeah, like those ethics rules exist for a reason. They're good rules.
Did you kill stories on behalf of Secretary Kennedy?
No.
That's been alleged, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of things have been alleged.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of things.
I did not.
So that's not true.
No,
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Those rules are good, and there was a reason why people were really mad at me, and they were right to be. And
Do
so,
you think like
but it was
regular
hard for me.
folks are mad about journalistic ethics?
Well, I don't care. It doesn't matter, right? Like it just what
Kinda
mattered
does.
was that I did something wrong, and in that way I hurt the whole industry, and like I take that really seriously. This feels different though, like this current cycle of just uncharitable
What do you
opinions
think it
about
is?
me. I don't. I think it's. I guess I kind of feel like it's not really my business. Like
it is your business, your life,
I mean,
and your career.
But I wrote this book that like I think is valuable.
Yeah, but people are hating on your. I mean, like just as for your career, you're writing a book, and everyone's saying "fuck you."
Yeah.
It's like you're selling. You want to sell a book to people,
I wanted the
and
book,
everyone's crapping all over you.
but I wanted the book to be like an honest expression about this 10-year period and about my own experience.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with it. And I also knew when I was working on it, anytime it would sort of like intrude, like how are people going to react to this? I was pretty clear-eyed about the fact that people might just say, like, get the fuck out of here. We don't want to
Are
hear
people
from you.
reacting to the book, or are they reacting to what's happening around you?
I think they're
right?
reacting more to the latter. Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, like, it's obviously it has affected your ability to get your book out there to people, right?
Yeah, but that's all right. Like, I just wasn't. I felt.
You
like,
can't possibly feel like this is fine.
Well, it's not going well.
Right. No, not. I'm not talking about the book. I'm talking about I'm just talking about like the way that people are fucking like pissed off at you.
But I could take it. Like, I don't feel
You
broken
can?
up about it. Yeah, I think
No,
it's
it's not-
interesting.
it's not-
I'm
well, here's the other.
I'm more
yeah.
curious about it than I am devastated by it.
Your ex-partner, I read the Substack. Like, I really don't care about journalism. Like, this, I don't care. I watch sports. I read his thing.
I didn't.
And first of all, I don't understand. Like, I'll say this for me. This is my opinion, okay? But it's like a little bit like bitch ass to serialize details about a past relationship and a breakup for behind a paywall on your like writing a journal website. I mean, like, just for money to talk about like painful real life experiences. I think it's a little bit. I don't know. No one's really having that reaction to him. I think everyone seems to be mad at you, and then the third party seems to be a sitting member of the administration. And to me, I'm an outsider, right? So I've just learned about this the last fucking 4 days.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I feel like an outsider.
it's not distributed equally, right?
No, I mean, I don't write about that person much in the book. I reference.
He's mentioned.
But like, I forgot him, and I didn't want to remember, and so.
This is playing out in public.
It's really unfortunate, and I also just think it's like, I mean, this is this like harassment campaign that's been going on for like 16, 17 months, right? It started when during the scandal in 2024.
Yeah.
And it continued, and now it's like this bad faith effort, I think, to present.
Is this sexist?
Among other things, I think it's
Yeah.
harassment. I think it's abusive. Like, I think it's someone I
Who
met when I
put the
was.
target on your back?
It's someone that I met when I was 19 years old, right, and was with for a really long time, and it's just like engaging the public and the rest of the world in this. Like, when I left that relationship, I left this abusive dynamic, right, and it seems like that person is still existing within it. And if that person can't like control my life from within my life, then they'll try to control it from the outside. And it was all a way of just like stepping on the book, right? And like writing over the book that I wrote before anyone had a chance to read that book, right? It started before the book came out.
There's
and,
that, but then there's also just
and also
like,
just providing a tell-all that I didn't write.
and if indeed, I'm taking
Yeah.
you in good faith. Like, I mean, from what I read, here's the thing that I'm going to ask you directly about because I don't understand why no one even cares, right? The most absurd allegation that's levied is that there was a recording that was surreptitiously made by an illustrator in New York Magazine. It included the president talking about details related to the Butler, Pennsylvania assassination attempt that have been hidden from public knowledge.
Yeah.
And that you received a phone call from Secretary Kennedy while he was in Mexico on vacation, and that you deleted that recording. Is that true?
That's not true.
It's not true.
No.
First of all, with all this crap coming out, no one's talking about that. Even the people that are taking his words like as gospel.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, I'm talking to you right now. I'm taking you in good faith, but like,
Yeah.
no one even cares about that one part, which is like, what? It was an assassination attempt.
Yeah.
So is this individual like just completely just freestyling on this shit? Like,
No, I mean, some of the stuff, it's like rooted in some fact, right? And then, but then it's like contorted in such a way that it's unrecognizable, and that's what makes it hard to respond to, right? Because I can't say every single thing that this person said is false.
Yeah.
Some of it is like, when you get down to it, there's some truth there, but it's not. It's like there's
but
this
why wouldn't you
reporter's
pursue defamation claims? I mean, this is like
I don't want
this
to
is-
because it's like I don't
if
want to be
indeed-
involved with
No,
this
if
person.
indeed this is not
Yeah.
true, saying that you fucking like covered up something related to an assassination attempt is like is egregious.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
it's career ending beyond your failure to disclose your relationship
Sure,
with.
but
I mean,
but the things that this person has written are not publishable by the standards of any actual news organization, right? It just would not meet the standard. And
but
so,
that is he's defaming you in public. It's
definitely,
even
yeah.
if it's on the internet, right?
But from my point of view, it's like, okay, best case scenario, what? I spend several years and probably like
It's your-
7 figures to get a Substack retracted and some kind of forced apology. That person,
To clear your
but I
name.
was with that person for 12 years. Like, I don't want to spend any more of my time.
So you make a
in
fucking
an
Jewish guy
argument.
do it for you in the court. I mean, it's your name, and you have.
Yeah.
I mean, if indeed this is like, if indeed you weren't killing stories on behalf of a politician that you were covering,
Yeah.
and if indeed like you did delete evidence related to a presidential assassination attempt, you gotta clear your name. I mean, I would see no other
But I don't see,
course
like,
of action.
my point of view is like I don't feel like the onus should be on me to answer for this person's allegations. The book is not about this person, and
Well, I'm
it's
not
like-
even talking about the book.
but
I'm
I
talking
am,
about the way
because-
people
but
are
this is
talking
the
about
book.
you right now.
But this is about the book. The
Yeah.
whole thing is designed to write over this book that I wrote, and I don't want to attack that person. Like, I feel sorry for them, and
Yeah.
like it freaks me out, and I think it's like disturbing, and I hope that they move on. I think the problem was that it was a situation where like I was really, really young when I got involved with this person, and I think that they became accustomed to like violating my privacy, my space, etc. And I left, and like I didn't leave in a great way, obviously, right? Like,
Yeah.
like I don't view this person as credible. I think this is obviously this like vengeance campaign, right, designed to inflict harm on me.
It's related to a fucking the president. Someone shooting him.
But there are so
That's like
many
it's
things.
like James
But
Bond
think about
style
it,
allegations.
This is like an 8-part series.
It's 5, and you're acting
it
like you
5?
don't know, but you read all.
No,
of
I
them.
haven't read any of
You're
them.
also a better writer than him too. He's probably.
Thank you, but I haven't read any
You
of
know
them.
you're a better writer the whole time. Just don't
very
date another
different,
journalist.
but very different type of writing. That's part of like what was so weird. Like,
You're being nice to him, though?
I've always been being nice about him. Like, I'm not in a feud. You know, this person is trying very hard and succeeding, frankly, in assassinating my character, and like that's a choice. And I made a different choice. I have to, like, part of getting through this period of like being publicly shamed over the last 16 months, right?
Yeah.
I had like rules for myself of how I would deal with things, and the first rule was just that I would never use anyone else as a human shield. You know, I would never try to like wriggle out of culpability by harming anyone else. I had to remember anything that was fake is probably ephemeral, right? That time, if I sort of didn't waste the opportunity of this crisis in my life, this fuck up, the opportunity to like proceed better and become better, then anything fake wouldn't stick around, right? Like that's my belief about it.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't like terribly concerned with that stuff. Like I know it's not true, and like, you know, I have my lawyer respond when appropriate, but like.
Oh, so you got one.
Yeah, I have a lawyer.
Thank God you
Of course
have
I
one.
a
That's all I'm
lawyer.
asking you. If you have a guy.
Of course I have a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Do you have a support system around you? Do you have do you have good friends that like are there
but
for you and
also,
stuff?
like, this is not at risk of shattering me.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not, I think it's unfortunate, but I think it's very interesting. But the response to this also is in the book, right? Like I write about what I did wrong in my book. I write in American Canto about the truth of that affair, right? I write of things that don't make me look good. I didn't think anything would redeem me, and I wasn't trying to do that.
You said you lied, but I assumed like it was kind of vague. You said I committed a ethics violation, and you also said, and I lied for him, right?
Yeah,
but you
I
did
lie for him.
But it was
Right, like
it
the
was
spin that
it was with Lizzo. It was with your
But you know, the spin that he and I agreed on was like that it was a flirtation, nothing more, right? And that was, you know, what it's been. The only thing that I've been surprised by, because I knew, like when I poked my head up from being in this sort of isolation, that I might be met by like some madman charging at me with an axe, right? Like I figured that people weren't going to be normal in general about me writing a book. But I didn't know that other people would participate in that harassment, right? Or other institutions would participate in that harassment, or in my violations of privacy, or in my being slandered, or in, you know, just character assassination. Like, that was a surprise to me. But it's been interesting.
Why is this not spurned a political like scandal? Like it feels like it's all about you and your ex-partner.
Because my ex-partner is trying to harm me.
But it's
right?
not. But yes. But like kind of like it seems like the political sex scandals are like one of America's favorite things. Isn't that everything is so schizophrenic these days, and there's just scandal that no one has time?
There was a scandal about it. There was a scandal about it a year ago.
But did
right?
he face any blowback from it? The Honorable Reverend Dr. Secretary?
I mean, it was before the election, right? It was.
Oh, he's a candidate or a surrogate for Trump.
He, at that point that the scandal kind of sparked, he had dropped out of the presidential race and he had endorsed Donald Trump. Yeah.
Do you buy all that crap he says about the health stuff?
No.
You think it's dangerous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of it, yeah. I mean, I also think that there are some good things that he's done too, right? Like I think when it comes to processed foods, dyes, pesticides. I thought the work that he did as an environmentalist was important. Suing Monsanto, that's great.
I like that. That sounds good.
Like I think that's great. But when it comes to like degrading trust in the medical profession, or when it comes to negatively affecting vaccination rates, or sowing confusion about that stuff, or relying on people who are not credible, or just not being transparent in the government.
Dr. Umar.
That's not good, right? And I what among things that we shared, I think, was just like a broad skepticism about power, right? And
you fell in love with someone?
Yeah, I just fell in love with someone, and in the wrong circumstances, in the wrong person, right? And I handled it the wrong way.
When did you first feel like you'd fallen in love?
I write about it in the book.
Yeah, but like, He's told you he loved you. You didn't say it back a couple times. Had it started before your profile of him?
No, after.
Because you kind of flamed his. You dunked on his ass in that. It was a critical profile.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were critical.
He hated it.
Yeah, he hated it.
He really hated it.
You are able to like write critically about subjects and then maintain kind of their trust in an interesting way.
But don't you find, like, if you're critical of someone but you're being honest about it and it's not coming from, it's not in bad faith, you're not trying to inflict harm, you're just being honest, that not, oftentimes people are all right with that.
Oh.
No, you don't find that?
No, no one likes to be criticized, even if it's legitimate. How did New York Magazine find out about your relationship? Like, how was that? How did they tell you about it?
They, the editor-in-chief confronted me in a meeting. And
Had someone leaked it to them, or?
Yeah, Kara Swisher had brought it to them. She later told the New York Times about that. Yeah.
And she became aware of it from you don't know, or?
I have my suspicions.
I guess so you didn't feel like you were like on a house of cards that could come tumbling down?
No, it just felt really besides the point, which is, my mistake and one of the delusions I was operating under was that it didn't matter, right? And it mattered. Everything matters so much, right? Every little thing that we do here matters.
Yeah.
And so I think, to me, it seemed, and part of what I spent a lot of the last year thinking about was like, you don't just wake up one day and make a big mistake, right? Like, if you're gonna fuck up in some rapturous way, it's probably gonna be preceded by like imperceptible errors in judgment and a lot of letting things slide with yourself that sort of amounts to like a misconfigured worldview, right? Or like amounts to a path before you that's like gone awry. And that was important for me to assess, because a lot of people had told me, when I was fired from New York Magazine, a lot of people had said like, oh, like, fuck it, just continue to cover the election. You should take this assignment or that assignment, and you should just pretend that this didn't happen. You should be shameless. And it was like this expectation that that I should or that I could assume the sort of shameless posture that animates so much of American life now.
Yeah.
And certainly animates the kind of powerful social strata in American life, and that I couldn't do that. You know?
Are you saying you like chose to remove yourself because of the kind of ethics violation, or was it because
I was fired,
everyone
right?
fucking hated you, or
Both,
was mad
right?
at you?
Both.
Yeah.
Like, I was fired.
So
I also fled out to the West Coast, and I was really scared, and I was like in hiding, and I didn't want to be found, and I was scared of the person who's now writing those Substack things, and I didn't really know, like, everything had shifted completely in my life, like, and it had been one way for a really long time. And I didn't know what to do, and so I just, but it also just struck me that, like, personally, as an interior matter, it was like this big spiritual event, and like my moral error was important. Like, it was important that I take that seriously, and I became really grateful that it had happened, because it felt like, I think I write in the book about how it felt like the hand of God had come and like swatted me off the path that I was on.
Yeah.
And I became very grateful for that the only thing really lost was public standing and a job, rather than something much more serious.
These days, in any industry, there's a tremendous amount of nepotism. You're a self-made individual, you're from a working class background.
Yeah.
If you are looking at losing that 10 years of like your work product or that trajectory, can you continue to that trajectory, or I feel like it's knocked off course, and it kind of.
I was on a different trajectory, right? Like, when that happened last year, when I was fired, and when I was writing the materials at first that became American Canto.
Yeah.
I was already on a different trajectory at that point, right? And that was okay, and I was interested in that, and that was necessary for me to have the perspective required to write that book, right? Like, I couldn't, I write about how something can become so familiar, you can become so close to something that it ceases to be familiar, that it becomes a
You're
foreign.
running for president.
Yeah.
I think you are.
And how old do you have to be?
35.
And when's the next one? 2028?
Yeah, but you're 21.
I would be able to do it. I'd be 35, I think.
Oh, yeah, you're 32.
Right?
Jesus Christ.
But my point was, it's like, I was already on a different path, and I was all right with that. Like, I was grateful to be on that other path and to be, like, interested and to have the perspective to synthesize that 10-year period.
So what's the path now?
It wasn't, I mean, this book came out like a week ago.
Yeah, but like when you're like looking ahead, because where the book leaves you and where you're at right now,
Yeah.
sorry to be a Jewish mother and tell you what's going on, but like it isn't, it isn't a place of that's like a.
But you're talking about career and you're talking about material
For
things.
life.
I'm not though, right?
What
Like
do you mean?
this book is, to me, it was this spiritual, moral event.
I
right?
understand, yeah.
And this book is a creative effort about, in some sense, this spiritual process of understanding this 10-year thing, understanding my fuck up, understanding where I fit and where the corrosion of my character fit within this broader story about the corrosion of the American character in this 10-year period. And to me, it's like, I'm not so concerned with like, nothing can be taken from you that didn't belong to you.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing can be taken from you that wasn't handed to you unjustly to begin with. And there's no such thing as like justice in public narratives. There's such a thing as poetic justice in public narratives. But like the only justice is knowing that you do not share the qualities that the people who have behaved unjustly towards you have.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm not so worried about all that. Like I'm proud of American Canto. I think it's valuable, but I also was aware the whole time that maybe it wouldn't be considered valuable for like 10 or 30 years.
But you feel as if you've like proud of your work. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
What I'm seeing, and maybe I'm reading between the lines, is like, well, you think being so successful so young, like, kind of robbed you of an early adulthood? Like,
And that's why I'm fucking up now.
I don't know. I'm just asking you.
Maybe. Maybe. You know the writer Annie Hamilton?
I know Annie.
Yeah.
She's an actress, I thought.
Well, I guess I think of her as writer, but
The
she's an
writer.
actress too.
Yeah,
she's an
yeah.
actress too, and she's hilarious. I love her. But
Yeah.
she said something really funny once. I can't remember if it was in like a piece or a tweet or something, but that people always used to say that she was an old soul, and then at a certain point, or that she was mature for her age, and then at a certain point they stopped saying that.
Yeah.
Probably something similar.
Do you think you have to catch up on like 24 now? Because you were chilling with Trump the whole time?
No, I think I'm good on like fucking up for now.
I don't know. You maybe I don't know. What do you guys get up to? Zach?
Yeah.
What's like the vibe over there?
Back here.
Yeah, no. I mean like for what you do. Like what kind of stuff do you do? Zach's in a band.
Okay. Yeah.
What's that? He plays guitar.
Nate.
You should learn guitar.
What?
Are you gonna learn guitar?
I really want to get my pilot's license.
Oh, pilot's license.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
shit.
my goal for
That'd be cool.
2026.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
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 Trump didn't call me back.
Trump didn't. Oh.
Should I call him back again?
You text him.
I don't know. I'm just trying to like. No, I'm not saying that's why you're fucking him now. Like, I'm just saying for you as a person, it's like you were busy, right? You were busy very young, right?
Yeah, but I'm not. I don't know. I just feel, I guess,
And now,
like
do you have free time now?
I'm never bored because I'm interested.
What
in
kind of stuff do
things.
you do?
I spent
California stuff?
hike a lot.
Green juice, crystal.
I don't drink. I don't like cold beverages.
You don't like cold beverages. You drink hot water.
Room temperature.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like ice water because it hits my teeth.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. We're dressed the same.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I just think it's yeah. I'm annoyed that I had to learn about any of this crap. But I'm really glad that I got to meet you and talk to you because
thank you for having me.
Because I think that I don't know. We just had Alec Baldwin on the show.
We're very similar.
No, but it's just like the way people that are well known, the way people process their lives fucking up is there's a revelry that people have in it. People like kind of like jack off to it, you know. In the same way, it's like I think like I see how talented fucking Alec Baldwin is, and I was saying this to him. It was like, you know, his struggles with celebrity.
Yeah.
undermine the very reason for him being a celebrity.
It was interesting though because it's like I spent so much of this 10-year period as like officially cast as like a witness, right? And then to be someone who suddenly becomes witnessed and to like be witnessing the witness being witnessed, right? It created this really, and as someone who's been in the media for this really long period of time, I guess I used to think that there was like subject and chronicler, right? And there were like, there's that vantage point and this vantage point. There's inside the story and outside the story. And then this whole experience has sort of crystallized for me that it's more like this kaleidoscopic thing, right? It's more, there are a million facets to a story, a million different vantage points. It's much more complicated and more interesting than I had kind of given it credit for.
Do you like being the subject? It kind of probably sucks.
It sucks.
Maybe you should apologize to Trump. Say, now I understand what it's like to be the subject.
It sucks, but it also teaches you about being the chronicler in a way that, like, does that make sense?
You need to let Trump write an article about you.
You see, like, when you are written about, right?
Yeah. I can't read it.
It's really, really hard to read.
Are you gonna watch this?
No.
Oh, you come on.
No, I'm gonna ask Nate
But
to watch
you're gonna want to see what it.
I'm gonna ask Nate to watch it.
Wait, was it? It was mainly sexting, not on the phone, or is texting?
I don't talk about that in the
Well,
book.
you know what the obvious joke is. You're gonna get mad at me.
Oh.
Obvious joke is that because he has to text because he talks so funny. George Santos. Olivia Nuzzi, everyone. She's mad at me.